This is just another ploy by Whammons to get sympathy. Now they're bringing their crotch fruit to job interviews to kind of signal to the interviewer, look, you need to hire me. I have a kid. You wouldn't want to starve my kid, would you? Forget babysitters. Gen Z millennial mothers are bringing babies to job interviews. Yeah, that's the excuse they're using. They're like, oh yeah, I couldn't find a babysitter, so I had to bring my kid. No, that's not why you did it. You did it so you could do a sympathy play. Well, if you don't hire me, my kid's gonna starve. Yeah, it is unprofessional. This is very unprofessional. And that's why I think that it's not going to go as well for them as they think it's going to go. Because any employer worth their salt is automatically going to disqualify them for doing this. It's a parenting trend that gives mommy and me a whole new meaning. Millennial and Gen Z mothers are bringing their babies to job interviews in an effort to combat soaring costs of childcare. No, this isn't in an effort to combat the soaring costs of childcare. This is in an effort to try to get a one-up on your competition for the job. That's all this is. It's an appeal to emotion. It's a sympathy play. Insisting that any company that doesn't value or understand their role as a mother doesn't deserve them. And guess what? The companies are more than happy to disqualify them. Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're too good for us. Good luck somewhere else. It takes hours of planning, says Melissa Reiling, 35, a job-seeking mom of one from Hudson Valley who totes her tiny tag-along to appointments with would-be bosses. It's good that you're doing that, too. It makes it a whole lot easier to disqualify yourself, you know? I feed him, dress him in an outfit that matches mine, set up his activity center, or find something to watch for screen time. It's intense. So she's pitched herself for a number of positions since the top of the year, meeting with potential employers both in person and via Zoom, while her 11-month-old son plays, coos, or catches a snooze nearby. Each time she's made hiring managers aware that her tot would be in tow. Is it any surprise that she's still job hunting? She's sabotaging her own chances. So childcare is too expensive to get every time I interview for a job that's not guaranteed. As a multi-hyphenate mama who specializes in offenses. Wait, multi-hyphenate? What does that mean? It can't be in reference to her last name. Floral care and modeling. Orion is just one of many cost-conscious mamas pulling double duty these days. Oh, okay. So she's all of her modeling. Oh yeah, you're way past that. Whew. Maybe there's some GILF lovers who will pay. Floral care and event design? That's all stuff that companies only care about when they're flush with cash. Who's flush with cash now? Everyone's struggling. And on top of that, you're bringing your kid everywhere? Yeah, good luck. So when child-free Gen Zs, newcomers to the corporate world ranging in age from 18 to 27, are asking their parents to join them on job interviews for support, new mommies within their demographic and who are a few in their 30s, like Riling, are bringing their babies along. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services regards child care affordability as a cost that does not exceed 7% of a family's income. It all depends, okay? Maybe it wouldn't. If you didn't need a babysitter every damn day, like if you actually did your job. So the researchers found that in New York City, the average annual cost of sitter services support providing either at home or at a child-friendly center is around $12,900. All that money could be saved just by staying home, you know? So unfortunately, the eye-popping price makes proper childcare unaffordable for 52% of New York families, including both high-income and low-income earners, per the report. Investigators, too, determined that 70% of Gotham's youngest, infants under the age of 1 and toddlers up to age of 4, live in childcare deserts or neighborhoods without sufficient number of licensed childcare providers. But the struggle isn't limited to residents of the Big Crapple. A new September survey commissioned by the Baby Center, an online parenting hub, polled 2,000 mothers nationwide to find the average cost of childcare can exceed $14,608 a year. That's oddly specific. It's a strain on 76% of family budgets in the U.S., says the data, which also shows that 14% of parents spend more on childcare than their rent or mortgage. There used to be a time when no one had to spend money on childcare. Someone stayed home and took care of the kids. Or the family, all like 4 generations lived under the same roof, and there was always someone to take care of the kids. And then when you want to go on a rare date or something, the kids were dumped with family members for like one evening. I wonder why that doesn't happen now. Like I think like there used to be a term for someone that pretty much just stays home all day with the kids. You make a return to that. The more shocking, moms and dads with broods of 2 can shell out upwards of $30,000 on kitty care each year, according to a current year -1 study on excessive expense. Now, in this case, this isn't excessive expense. This is excessive spending. You do not need to be spending that much. No, but for Rowling, whose partner works full-time and his parents live 90 minutes away, the steep fees aren't worth the fuss, especially considering the uncertainty of interviews. Oh, this is why she's not too worried about landing a job. She already has a boyfriend, it seems. So far, the brunette hasn't landed the position of her dreams, but she's not giving up her mother and child interview style. I'm sure it'll work next time. I don't want a job that doesn't want to hire parents, said Riling. I wouldn't want to insert myself into a company structure that isn't made for parents. Well, I will actually respect her there. Like, she doesn't want to become a nuisance to some company. I know she doesn't see it that way, but that's what she's doing. So well played, I guess. That sounds like a whole headache. So Ashley Ramos, a married mom of 1, agrees. If I really want to get a job, I'm going to bring in my daughter with me, the 22-year-old from Jacksonville, Florida said. Us young moms are growing up with our kids, added Ramos, a professional sports coach who's currently expecting her second baby. And jobs that don't respect that are just something we're not interested in. Don't you just love it when they disqualify themselves? Oh, man, that's just funny. Ramos's military husband, Gabriel, is often traveling for work. Oh, God, I wonder what she's doing. He may want to DNA test that kid. So she's taking their 2-year-old daughter, Elena, with her to job interviews since the Tyke was 3 months old. And it looks like you haven't had a job for all that time, huh? For the money-making mom who's up positions as college administration outreach coordinator and an early indoctrination gym teacher and landed both jobs with Elena on her hip, I guess I was wrong. Juggling motherhood and job hunting is like second nature. But she must not have stayed at either of those jobs very long, though. Oh, Mama Marjorie Merida, 28, too, makes it work with her 18-month-old son, Santiago, by her side. It's almost never explicitly stated you can't bring your kids to an interview. Okay, so this is the type of pedantic logic that it immediately throws up red flags for me. Like when it should be obvious what the etiquette is, but no, you just try to argue semantics, try to play cute. Well, no one said I couldn't bring my kid to this interview. Like, yeah, you're exactly the kind of person we don't want here. Get lost. If you're incapable of reading between the lines, we don't want you here. Rather than grimace, she says the most protective boxes go googly-eyed over her bouncing bundle of joy. Is that when you interview with women? Because I know damn well, dude, if I was in an interview position again and someone brought a fucking crotch fruit in with them, that would be an automatic disqualification. They're usually really lenient about it, said the career-minded mom who recently ended her job search after becoming pregnant with twin girls. Santiago is usually on my lap while walking around in the conference room. So you know what I think this is? The reason that they're lenient about it is probably because they've already decided they're not going to hire you. And they don't want to cause a scene. So they're just like, you know what? Let's just let her do what she wants. She'll be gone in an hour anyway. It's not worth the fuss. It's not worth us getting articles written about us the next day. No one seems to mind, she chuckled. People really love babies. Dude, it's that attitude that makes these people so unlikable. Now, it's one thing if the kid is quiet and well-behaved, but if you're trying to do your job and there's a shrieking crotch fruit in the office with you, oh, haha, kids will be kids. No, that's not going to fly. And the love for little kids is a requirement for any company hoping to recruit Merida to its team. You either get me with my child, she says, or you won't get me at all. Your terms are acceptable. I just don't think you're going to get the results you think you're going to get.